The Vikings and the discovery of America. Did the Vikings discover America? It is a question that echoes across centuries. A question tangled in myth, history, and perspective. To begin, we must confront the word itself, discover. From a European lens, discovery meant arrival by ship, planting flags, claiming land. But America was never empty. Indigenous peoples had lived here for millennia, shaping cultures, languages, and civilizations long before Europeans dreamed of distant shores. Historians tell us that the first arrivals came from Asia. Some crossed a land bridge over the Bering Strait during the last ice age. Others may have followed the coastline by boat. Between 13,000 and 35,000 years ago, they stepped onto new ground. Their descendants became the first peoples of the continent, Native Americans. But were the Vikings the first outsiders to reach America? Perhaps not. Evidence suggests Polynesian explorers may have touched South America before them. The humble sweet potato native to the Americas was carried across the Pacific, appearing in Polynesian islands long before Columbus. A quiet exchange, hidden in the genetics of a plant, whispers of journeys across vast oceans. And then there is legend, the tale of Saint Brendan the Abbot. In the 6th century, this Irish monk and his companions set sail westward in a fragile carrea, boat of wood and leather. The Navigatio Sancti Brendani e Baptize tells of wondrous lands, strange islands, and perhaps North America. Modern sailors have proven such a voyage possible, yet no trace remains. No stones, no settlements, no proof beyond the story. Centuries later, in 1492, Christopher Columbus set out under the Spanish crown. Seeking Asia, he found instead Guanahani, likely San Salvador Island in the Bahamas. Soon after, John Cabot reached Canada under England's flag. And so, Columbus was hailed as the discoverer of America, a title etched into textbooks, celebrated in monuments, and repeated for generations. But long before Columbus, Norse sagas spoke of another land, Vinland. Around 985, Bjarni Herjolfsson sighted a distant coast after storms pushed his ship westward. And in the year 1000, Leif Eriksson, son of Eric the Red, set sail to find it. He reached icy Helgeland, then Markland, and finally Vinland, fertile, green, rich with grapes. His brothers followed, and Thorfinn Karlsefni led settlers who stayed for 3 years. The sagas tell of battles, trade, and encounters with native peoples. For centuries, these stories were dismissed as myth. Excavation site, archaeologists brushing soil, Viking artifacts revealed. Asterisk, until 1960. On the northern tip of Newfoundland, at Lance o Meadows, Norwegian explorer Helge Ingstad and archaeologist Anne Stein Ingstad uncovered the truth. Timbers, iron nails, and the remains of a Viking settlement, dated to the year 1000. Proof that the sagas were real. Proof that the Vikings had crossed the Atlantic 500 years before Columbus. So, did the Vikings discover America? Not in the strictest sense. Indigenous peoples had already been here for thousands of years. But the Vikings were the first Europeans to set foot on its shores. Their journeys remind us that history is not a single story. It is a tapestry, woven from many threads, legend, archaeology, and the voices of those who came before.